like and subscribe on the way, in the door, my people. So today, we're going to talk about another player who I believe would be dominant in today's era of basketball. This player is often referred to as Steph Curry before Steph Curry. I don't know if I quite agree with that. However, today we're going to be talking about Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, previously known as Chris Jackson. I had the pleasure of actually seeing Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf when he was still Chris Jackson, playing at LSU in college and playing with Shaq. And to me, back then, it was clear to see that it was Chris Jackson's team. The thing that I remember is, to me, that guy was one of the quickest people I had ever seen with the ball at that time. Yes, lightning quick, and yeah, it just seemed like he could take off and be by you, just in the blink of an eye. Good shot, good handles. So for his NBA career, he averaged about 14 points a game, about 3.5 assists, 44% field goal percentage, a little over 35% from the three-point, and he actually had a few seasons where he shot close to 40% from the three-point line. And a very, very good free throw shooter, right around 90%. Yeah, so like I said, he was one of those players. The matter of fact, you should, it's an interview that he does. Can't remember what podcast it was on, but matter of fact, it might not have been a podcast, but you can look it up on YouTube, where he's talking about, I think, going against Jordan before he actually made it into the NBA, and being able to score on Jordan, which really boosted his confidence, But one thing that a lot of people probably don't know, especially if you didn't grow up in that time, don't notice about him, but he had he had Tourette's, I believe. So, that was a challenge that he had to get over just to play basketball. And so it kind of makes sense if there's a interview with him where he talks about having Tourette's. And so it would make him practice these moves over and over until he had it perfect. I can't remember how many times he would say he would have to do it before he could move on. But, but let's just, for instance, let's say he had to do it 30 times in a row perfectly. And if he messed up at 29, he would have to start all over. So it kind of makes sense if you see him play, because his game was very, very precision. No hesitation in his moves. And when he got hot, I could understand why people would compare him to Steph Curry when he got hot. But to me, he was more of a grittier player than Steph Curry. And he was quicker than Steph Curry to me. Now, obviously, he wasn't a three-point shooter that Steph Curry was. But, unfortunately for people who were fans of his, for Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, unfortunately, he pretty much got blackballed from the NBA for standing up for what he believed in. So we never really got to see, I don't think, what he would have probably... We didn't get to see him maximize his full potential. I say that. And I believe he might have went overseas and played some at some point. But for those of you who do not know about Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, definitely go check out some highlights of him. And he was definitely one of my favorite players once upon a time. Yeah, like I said, the quickness, I can't, there's no way I could put it into words. I think he was probably quicker than Iverson, just in terms of just like that twitch kind of movement. Iverson was quick and fast, but Mahmoud, like I said, just in terms of that kind of twitch, I mean, it's just at the drop of a dime, it seemed like he could take off and blow by you. But anyway, that's all we got for today. I think he spent most of his career on the Denver Nuggets and played for Sacramento briefly, I believe, and maybe Vancouver. What was the Vancouver Grizzlies at the time? Of course, now that they're in Memphis. But anyway, yeah. For those of you who remember seeing Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, let me know in the comments what you remember about his game. Do you remember that quickness? Like I said, that's the thing that really stands out for me. I just thought he was like Flash Gordon, But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. You all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. All right.